So you're looking to bring AI into your business, but you want a real practical playbook, not just a bunch of hype. Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down a step-by-step roadmap for integrating AI, and believe it or not, it all starts with one really simple question.
No, really, just think about it for a second. Every single business has those tasks. You know the ones, the repetitive, kind of soul-crushing things that just eat up hours every single week. What's the biggest time sink for your team right now?
Maybe it's answering the same 5 customer questions over and over again. Or manually copying and pasting data from a spreadsheet into your CRM. It could even be pulling together that weekly report that basically never changes. We heard about one company where customer onboarding took 10 hours a week until they automated it. These bottlenecks, they're not just annoying, they are the perfect place to start with AI.
Okay, so let's get real about what we're talking about here. To solve these problems, we have to understand that AI isn't some magic wand you can wave. In a business, it's a powerful tool, sure, but it has very specific jobs it's good at.
The best way to think about business AI is as a kind of hybrid system. It brings together the thinking power of AI to understand information, the doing power of automation to get tasks done, and, this is crucial, the oversight of a human reviewer for anything high stakes. That's the winning combo right there. Let's break that down a bit. For language, just imagine an AI that can read a really complicated support ticket, instantly get how urgent it is, and then draft a perfect empathetic reply for you. For decision support, picture an AI digging through your marketing data to tell you which campaigns are actually, making you money. And for process execution, well, that's all about triggering actions, like automatically giving a new lead to a sales rep the absolute second they fill out a form on your website. So, you've found your bottlenecks, and now you have a better idea of what AI can actually do. But how do you connect those two things? That is where this roadmap comes in. It's a simple 5-stage blueprint that'll take you all the way from idea to a successful launch. And here it is, the whole game plan. Stage 1 is what we just did, finding those bottlenecks. In Stage 2, you classify them. This is where you sort that list by impact versus effort to find the real quick wins. Stage 3 is a huge decision point, choosing how you're going to build the solution, and we'll dig into that in just a second. Stage 4 is all about starting small, with a pilot project to prove it works. And finally, Stage 5 is where you standardize what you've built and create some simple rules so you can scale it safely across the whole company. For that first stage, the most important thing is just to focus. Seriously, don't try to boil the ocean. Your only goal here is to find 3 to 5 really solid candidates for automation. That's it. This focus is what makes the whole process feel doable from the get-go.
Okay, so once you've picked your top opportunities, you hit Stage 3, deciding how you're actually going to build this thing. Now, this is a critical moment where a lot of teams can get stuck. But the good news is you've basically got 4 main paths to choose from. This table really lays out your options. Pre-built platforms, they're the absolute fastest way to get started, but you have less control. Then there are no-code platforms, which are amazing because they let non-technical folks build super flexible solutions. If you need a fully branded chatbot on your website, you'll probably need a custom AI agent, which does require some developer skills. And for the really massive enterprise-level stuff, you're looking at a fully integrated approach. Honestly, most businesses are going to find their sweet spot in those first 2 options.
Now, before you run off to start building, let's talk about the traps, because knowing where other people have failed is one of the best ways to guarantee your own success.
The number one mistake, by far, is starting too big. The ambition is awesome, but trying to automate your entire sales department on day 1 is just a recipe for disaster. The fix? It's simple, but it's powerful. Start with one single workflow. Prove that it works, show the value, and then, and only then, do you scale. Mistake number 2 is expecting perfection. Look, AI is incredibly powerful, but it is not flawless. And that's exactly why it is so important to build a human review step into any high-risk workflow. We're talking things like sending a legal document or a big invoice. Just remember this mantra: AI drafts, a human approves. And finally, data. You've heard the old saying, garbage in, garbage out. It's never been more true than with AI. If you feed it messy, outdated documents, you are going to get messy, outdated answers. The solution is pretty straightforward. Clean up your source material before you start and create a simple, clear AI usage policy for your team. Whew, okay, we have covered a lot, from the 5-stage roadmap to all the common mistakes. But if all of that just fades away and you only remember one single thing from this entire explainer, it has to be this. 1. It's the most important number in your entire AI journey.
The big takeaway here is just to pick one thing. Find one high-impact, super repetitive task. Build the automation, test it internally, measure the time you're saving, and once you have that proven win, that's when you have the momentum and the business case to scale up to the next project. This is how you build real, lasting change.
All right, we've walked through the entire playbook. Now, it's time to actually turn all this knowledge into action. So I'm going to end this by asking you the exact same question I started with. But now you have a new perspective. After everything we've covered, what is that first single high-impact bottleneck that you are going to solve with AI? Go find it,